You land on Mercury, and within 60 seconds, you are already dead. But not for the reason you think. In fact, everything you've been told about Mercury, the heat, the chaos, the hostility, is missing the most terrifying part. And we're going to show you exactly what happens, step by step. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. You'd think that makes it the hottest. It doesn't. You'd think it's a lifeless, simple rock with nothing surprising to offer. It isn't. And you'd think that if you somehow survived the surface, the real danger was behind you. That's where you'd be most wrong. Today we're landing on Mercury. We'll walk you through every second of what your body experiences, the sensations, the science, and the moments that scientists still can't fully explain. Because Mercury has a secret, and we're saving it for the end. From orbit, Mercury looks almost like our moon, quiet, gray, forgotten. But there's something wrong immediately. The Sun, it's massive from here, almost 3 times larger than what we see from Earth. The light is blinding, violent, and you're not even on the surface yet. As you descend, the first thing you notice is the silence. Mercury has no atmosphere worth speaking of, just the thinnest ghostly envelope of gas. No wind, no sound, nothing to carry a whisper. You touch down. The ground is still, ancient, and then you check your suit temperature, and that's where it gets strange. Here's the part people always get wrong about Mercury. Yes, on the sun-facing side, temperatures reach 430 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead, hot enough to turn your spacecraft into a puddle if you're not shielded. The rocks glow with stored heat like an oven that's never been turned off. But step into the shadow of a crater ridge, and the temperature plummets to negative 180 degrees. In seconds. No other planet in our solar system swings that violently, not even Pluto, because without an atmosphere there's nothing to hold heat in, nothing to spread it, nothing to buffer the extremes. Mercury doesn't just have a hot side and a cold side, it has both, at the same time, separated by a few meters of rock. Take one wrong step, lean the wrong way, and the physics changes entirely. But the temperature, that's not actually what kills you first. What if that's not even the real danger? The real danger comes from above, constantly. Earth has a powerful magnetic field, a shield that deflects the sun's radiation. Mars lost its magnetic field billions of years ago, and we consider it one of the most hostile environments in our solar system. Mercury has a magnetic field too. Scientists actually discovered this in 1974, and they were shocked. A planet so small, so old, it shouldn't have one at all. But here's the problem. Mercury's magnetic field is 100 times weaker than Earth's. It's barely there, more of a suggestion than a shield. So the solar wind, streams of charged particles fired from the sun at 1,000,000 kilometers per hour, slams directly into the surface, every day, all day, stripping the rock apart atom by atom, cooking anything exposed with a lethal dose of radiation that would overwhelm a human body in hours. Your suit wouldn't last, your DNA wouldn't last, you wouldn't last. And yet, scientists sent a spacecraft here. It orbited, it studied, it survived. And what it found in Mercury's core changed everything we thought we knew about this planet. Scientists didn't expect what happened next. We've covered the heat, the cold, the radiation, the silence. But here's what we haven't told you yet. Mercury is shrinking, and what that means for anything standing on its surface, including you, is something no one talks about, because the implications are quietly terrifying. Stay with us. Look closely at Mercury's surface and you'll see them, enormous cliffs, some stretching hundreds of kilometers, some rising 3 kilometers high. These are called scarps, and they're wrinkles. Mercury's iron core is slowly cooling and contracting. As it does, the outer crust crumples. Like an apple drying out, the skin folds and buckles. The planet is literally getting smaller, and has been for billions of years. Scientists estimate it's shrunk by about 14 kilometers in radius. Now imagine standing on that surface. The ground isn't just dangerous because of what rains down from above. It's dangerous because of what's happening beneath your feet. Fault lines, tectonic shifts in slow motion, scarps that could slide at any point over geological time. You're not standing on solid ground. You're standing on something in the process of collapsing, just slowly enough that you can't see it happening. And this brings us to the thing that makes Mercury genuinely unlike any other destination in the solar system. This is where things get truly strange. Mercury takes 88 Earth days to orbit the Sun, but it rotates so slowly that a single Mercurian day, one full spin, takes 59 Earth days. The result is something that should be impossible. If you stood at the right point on Mercury's surface, you would watch the sun rise, move across the sky, stop, reverse direction, move forward again, and then finally set, all in a single day. The sun rises, then it goes backward, like time itself hiccuped. This isn't science fiction, it's orbital mechanics, a real phenomenon called solar retrograde motion, caused by Mercury's high orbital speed combined with its slow rotation. At certain points in its orbit, Mercury moves so fast around the Sun that it actually overtakes its own rotation. You would stand there, watching the Sun do something no human has ever witnessed with their own eyes. Moving backward across the sky, in absolute silence, in a place that should have killed you 20 minutes ago. Here it is, the thing we promised you. Mercury, the planet closest to the Sun, battered by solar radiation, swinging between 400 degrees of heat and nearly 200 degrees of cold, has ice on it. Water ice right now. Confirmed. Hidden inside permanently shadowed craters near the poles, where sunlight has never reached in billions of years, temperatures are cold enough to preserve water ice in stable deposits. NASA's Messenger mission detected it in 2012. Scientists have since confirmed it's mixed with organic material, complex carbon compounds, the most hostile surface in the inner solar system, and it's holding water. Think about what that means. Water is the prerequisite for life as we know it. Mercury was never thought to be a candidate for anything, just a battered, burnt relic. And yet it is quietly holding on to one of the most precious substances in the universe, tucked into its own darkness, preserved against everything the sun throws at it. Mercury doesn't just survive the sun, in its own way, in the shadows at the edges, in the places the light can't reach, it pushes back. So what would happen if you landed on Mercury? You'd be cooked and frozen at the same time. You'd be bombarded by radiation with nothing to stop it. You'd stand on a planet slowly consuming itself. You'd watch the sun move backward across the sky. And if you somehow survived long enough, if you walked far enough toward the poles and into the shadow of the right crater, you might find water on Mercury, of all places. Here's what I keep thinking about. We've barely explored this planet. Messenger only orbited it for 4 years before intentionally crashing into the surface in 2015. ESA's Bepi Colombo spacecraft is on its way there right now, expected to enter orbit in 2026. And the question scientists are quietly asking isn't just what's there, it's if water survived on Mercury, what else might have? Tell me in the comments and subscribe for what we discover next.